Customer support teams are drowning in data. You have over 200 tickets or over 78% SLA compliance, declining satisfaction scores. But what does it all mean? I would like to introduce you a customer analysis agent that I built using Explain's SDK, which transforms raw support data into actionable insights in minutes, not hours. Meet your new support analytics team. We have a data analyst that crunches the numbers and identifies key patterns. We have the process optimizer that spots bottlenecks and recommends improvements. Then we have the report writer, which creates executive summaries that drive decisions. Working together, they analyze your support metrics, identify critical issues like that 15% month over month increase in login problems, and it deliver clear recommendations to boost your SLA compliance to target goals. From chaos to clarity, from data to decisions, this customer analysis agent, because your customers deserve better support and your team deserves better insights. Now, let me walk you through the code and show you exactly how the system works, including how to swap different LLMs and customize it for your own use case using the Explains marketplace. And here we go. Here I have my entire data. I start with writing my API key, importing the necessary explain or any other import libraries, and starting with onboarding a custom function, custom Python function in this case. This is where I have created a simulated customer support data for this particular agent, just for POC purposes. And you can basically modify this function in a way you want, wherever you want to get your data from. You can basically write a Python function and you can onboard it as a tool to your agent. So here is where I had this simulated data where I have ticket summary, performance metrics, channel distribution, any key trends, and so on. Once that I've created or written this function, I then go ahead and create a utility model so that I can start onboarding this function as a utility onto my marketplace or onto my dashboard. And this is where I deploy. Once the utility is deployed, you go ahead and make sure that you use Agent Factory to create this model tool so that it can be further used by your agent as a tool. You give it a simple description of what this tool is going to be like. And in this case, it's basically just it returns a simulated customer support metrics data that includes ticket volumes, performance metrics, and so on. Moving on to defining what the tasks are for each of the agents. And here is where I started with the analyze support data. That's the task that I'm giving, where I describe that, okay, you're going to analyze the support metrics. You're going to call the support data tool, which is what we onboarded. To get the metrics, then you're going to create a clear analysis with these sections that includes top issues, performance metrics, key trends. And last but not least, you format your response in the markdown format. And of course, with this parameter, you can say that, okay, I want the output in a markdown, which is basically the analysis of support metrics. I go on and do it for rest of the agent's tasks. And in this case, I have 3 sub agents for doing this particular analysis. Now, once the tasks are defined, you might see here that, in the report task, which is basically it's compiling the report for the agent to build, I add the dependencies, which is the other task that I define, which is the analyze support data and identifying process bottlenecks. Now I go on and configure the agents with more explicit instructions. I give the name to the agent. I say, this is the description and these are your instructions. What are the tasks you're going to use? What are the tools you're going to use? And this is where I specify what LLM I want to use. And this is, in this case, we are using OpenAI models. Where do you get this ID? Well, it's very simple and pretty cool. If you go on to Explain's marketplace, this is how your view looks like once you sign up. And if you click on model, it will show you all sorts of text generation models that you have. So right now we're using OpenAI's GPT 4.1. But say, for instance, you want to use Anthropic Claude, which is hosted on AWS server. You click on that card, and this is where you get the ID for that particular LLM. And that's what you see in my code right here, that, okay, this is the LLM. It's that easy to swap. And you can do it for all your agents. Moving on, we have the next agent, which is the process optimizer. And then we have the report writer. And at the end, we have the support team, which is the team of agents, which is going to call all the agents that we built. And I have set the mentalist and inspector to be true so that it plans the task explicitly. And inspector is basically making sure that there are no errors coming from the sub agents. And at the end, I basically am going to start running this code. It will take a few seconds. It will show you a bunch of Python lines of once it's on board the support utility, then it will call the agent, and then it will show you the output. It's moving pretty fast. It's going to run the analysis. This is where the team agent is making sure everything is running smoothly. And then it will call all the models. It will run all the agent tasks. And there we go. Now, lots of data right here. Right here is the analysis result. We have executive summary. It says that, okay, the key findings from the simulated data, login issues represent the highest volume of support tickets, which is 21%, and are increasing 15% month over month. Now it also gives you the recommendations. It will say the recommendation says that investigate and resolve the root cause of login issues, such as improving authentication systems or enhancing your user guidance, and so on and so forth. It gives you furthermore recommendations. Now, the whole point of this analysis agent is that you just need to give your data and it is going to analyze all the different metrics and compliance issues or login issues that you have, and it will give you all these recommendations. And this is where you can further go ahead and then use it for your benefit. Hope this helps. Thank you.